Hello, and welcome to Tea with the Goddess on the road. This may be a truncated version as I am sitting in a park in the middle of the day, actually, in between events. So I had a work trip and I got to come to this lovely place, Denver, actually. Um, so, um, uh, you know, doing things as they flow, um, uh, as things fit into time. So we will not actually be actively cleansing our space, though we will do a little bit of energy space. And I hope you can hear me and that it's not too disjointed. So, so let's just take a minute and to be here in this moment, whenever this moment is. And let the space around us be blessed and joyous. We are here to celebrate the full moon, which is actually going to be on the 5th of May um, at 11:30 a.m. So this is the day before for me, but that is the energy we're celebrating. And this cool app that I have actually tells me what sign the moon is in. And I was wrong last time because I said the new moon was in the opposite sign. It is not. The new moon was in the sun sign, or at least that one was. This is saying that the full moon will be in Scorpio. So the full moons are in the opposite sign. And we are just after May Day, so everything is blooming. Things are settling in from that transition into activity. Plans are in place. Animals are hyper. And the Scorpio, however, can tend to be a little dark in a way. It kind of dredges things up. It's more the swampy underwater kind of feel. But it is good to pull things up when you have the sunshine coming down to, dry it off and allow things to come to light and to be revealed as less scary than we thought they were. So, full moon. Our tea today is tagless. Pretty sure it's a white green fusion tea from Stash. And our treats today are gifts that were given to me by my boss. So just little nibbles. Um, so let us, in this space, make our connection with the divine. Just breathing deeply. Following the breath into the heart. Relaxing into this space and into this moment. And this is actually pretty good practice because there are people out there and construction down the road and cars driving, and it's easy to feel weird and awkward sitting in your car talking, um, or even being in public but not in a place of worship or a situation where everybody is gathering to celebrate a specific thing and to do a celebration and to even just connect with the divine. So this is a good practice for me. not only for connecting with the divine, but this week has been about being in this moment. Coming back to Denver is, full of memories. And of course, there's the whole trauma of the trip. So remembering to connect with heart, to lead with the heart for every step, and to feel the arms of the divine wrapped around me, holding me up, helping me flow through traffic, whether it is people traffic or car traffic or brain traffic. And just being in this moment, we welcome the divine into our lives and into this space and ask for the blessing and the energy. And you'll excuse me a moment. I'm going to turn that on and roll up a window. Let's see if we can cut out some of the sound. Push button turn-ons are sometimes good. So I cannot say that it was ever tempting to, of course, when you turn the vehicle on, then everything wants to turn on. You have to open the door to turn it back off. Technology is awesome. I thought for, 30 seconds about not doing the tea with the goddess this week. And that just was very uncomfortable and unhappy for me, because it is good to connect with the spiritual everywhere I go. And it is good for me to continue in that persona, because that is one of the things I really enjoy, is being a spiritual person wherever I am. There's been a lot of talk, things I've listened to in the last week or so that has been, and well, the month or so ahead behind, that has been about, giving more, putting yourself out there, and helping those in need. And what is your purpose? And I don't think my purpose is to go out and be a big name or be a triumphant this or that, or go forth and help people. I think my purpose, at least at this time, the thing that feels right, is to be me and put that energy out there. And like the videos, if someone needs to find it, then they will. And you will have received this moment or whatever moment that you needed to connect with. The amazing thing about talking to somebody else or listening to other people, it's always a collaboration between the self and whatever information we're receiving, is that even when we disagree with what we are hearing or seeing or reading, that is still helping us find our truth. There was Miley Cyrus, the Disney show she was in, Hannah Montana. There was an episode where she was trying to decide between two people that she really liked, and she wanted to have a relationship, and she wanted a monogamous relationship. So she was trying to decide which person to connect with, and so she did something with pictures, saying, whichever one I pick is the person that I'm going to connect with. And she pulled one, and when she looked at that picture, she's like, that's not actually the person I want to connect with. So it gave her an answer, and she was able to find the truth by how she felt, by connecting with the feeling. So So that I think is something that we receive every day. Whether it is things we see on the news or things we see out in nature, when we are able to connect with our feelings and pass through that layer of what am I supposed to be feeling, the murky, gunky stuff on the top of it, the emotional well, lake, river. When we're able to get through that, the expectation of feeling, and actually get to what we really feel about it. Like, do I really like that color of blue? Do I really like dark chocolate as much as I thought I did? Do I really enjoy looking at those flowers or those trees? Or is it a different color green I want to be connected with? These are our truths. These are the things that define us. And they're the little things that bring us more happiness or less. It's like the chemistry of eating something. Some people can consume sugar and caffeine and go forth and conquer the world, and others of us can consume sugar and caffeine and get this weird head buzz, and float off into the distance of panic, anxiety, and amazing ideas, and then we crash 2 hours later and feel like we've been run over by a truck. So our chemistries are different. Our likes and dislikes are different. And we enjoy being in different places and different spaces. And some people thrive in the big city with all that energy, and some people need to be outside all the time, and some people need a space to call their own so they can step outside and ground and then come back in, and some people always need to be connected and still have their oasis around them. There are thousands of ways of people being. So I was going to lead a meditation this time, do a full-on, deep down, get into the heart center meditation, because I didn't really like the way we did it last time. But I'm not comfortable doing that in this environment, so we're going to wait. But we are going to take a few minutes to just sit and converse with the goddess. Just check in with the hearts and see if there's any things she would like to tell us about our own truths, about what feels right. First, though, let us start with a little praise and worship. Gratitude. Take a moment and think about your day, our day, my day, and remember all the things that were good. Like that gorgeous puppy over there just running and enjoying, and all the moments I've had with the people I've interconnected with today. So let's just take a moment and have gratitude for today and all the amazing bits of this week, all the wins we've had. My biggest win of this week is that I'm not freaked out as much as I tend to do on trips. With this, needs to be perfect, needs to be lined up. What do I do next? I'm in a strange environment. I should just throw my schedule out the window and see what feels right. And what feels right is actually following my schedule. I am still me wherever I am. So doing my morning routines and doing my work with the same attention, even though I am in a different environment, a different place. Um, it has been very grounding, actually, and so I'm very grateful to have discovered that. And so now, connecting, conversing, taking a comfortable spot, maybe having a sip of tea. And breathing in and breathing out. And as we breathe in, follow the breath in and down. And as we breathe out, exhale. And as we breathe in, feel the body relax into this space. This is where we are. This is what we're doing. And as we breathe out, clear away all the extra stuff. Breathing in with the attention moving inward and down into the heart center. And breathing out, establishing the boundaries of the circle and the space as we gently settle into our hearts and connect with the goddess across from us. And if you're ready, return to this space. If you're not, reach out and hit pause. We return the same way we went in. Inhale. Connecting to the heart, and exhale. Bringing that awareness to the space around us. And inhaling and moving the body a little bit, knowing that the focus is on the outside. Exhaling, follow that breath up from the heart into the head. Maybe tap on the body, say, this is where my awareness is now. And inhale and exhale. And open the eyes. Another sip of tea. I hope you had a lovely conversation. I think it is amazing how different things go different places. The intention for me was to think about and focus on, bits of truth and how I connect. Well, maybe it was an answer, because I started rifling through all the books I've been reading and the ones that I appreciated and why I liked them, and some that are connected to topics that are a little uncomfortable to talk about in public, like sex. I like romance books, and some of them are graphic. I like the writers, not necessarily the graphicness. So, what do I like about the books? What do I like about the authors? What truth does that tell me about me as a person, about my thoughts about sexuality and other people's sexuality? So it's very interesting, the things we think we know about ourselves, and then a meditation will take us down this interesting path so we can contemplate other things. So excuse me while I have messy chocolate. No, I'm talking about sex. Oh my goodness. She got these amazing treats, and they're gourmet petit pois and macaroons. The flavor is delightful. It really is. So, I hope you had a lovely conversation. I did. And I enjoy being able to get into that meditation space, even here with all this activity going on and a baseball game starting and people rushing out to be a part of it. And I like being able to tell the difference between being meditative and being out corporeal awareness. So this has been a fascinating experiment. A couple of things. Next week, I have been doing my happiness practice. I did one last week, so I will try again next week. On the quarter moon is when I aim for, though this app doesn't usually tell me when the quarter moon is. Oh, it does if I wander through. Kind of waning, waning, waning. Sometimes it does. Last quarter will be on Friday the 12th. So, I will be videoing about happiness. Um, it's not always different than this, but there's not as much meditation. um, excuse me, and more talk about the practices themselves. Um, at least right now, as I figure out the format and what feels right. Um, and I can't reach my runes because I'm using the bag to hold up the computer. So I will leave us, I guess, with some music. Um, let's see if I can get to the Wildwood Tarot. The card for the day is the Ace of Bows, a spark of life. Ace is often the beginning of things. Um, and bows, if I remember correctly, is fire? Doesn't feel right. Um, it's been a while since I've played with the cards. But vessels, bows, stones is earth, vessels is water, swords is air, bows is fire. Because it is about the energy it takes to move something forward. To really start things, to take it from idea to event, it does need energy. Um, and so, as we go through the week, we can ask ourselves, do I want to give energy to that? Do I feel the desire to string the bow, to let that arrow go and see what happens? Or does it just feel like a lot of work and just not something that I connect with as well? So I hope you have a fabulous day and a fabulous week. I hope wherever you travel, you are able to connect. I hope wherever we travel, we are able to connect with the spiritual, to carry the divine in us in every step that we take, to be in this moment, because it is on this moment that the beautiful future rests. So may you always be held. May you always know that you are held. And may we always feel the love. Take care.